This is pretty much a interview with Mikel Jordan.
I remember having a conversation with my aunt about wanting to fly, having interest in it. So she ended up taking me over to Bowman Field, paid for my first discovery flight.
So you pretty much joined UPS. You got to your dream job by the time you were 30. You can say that.
Yeah,
That's dope, bro.
Look, I knew what I wanted to do, and I did everything I could to just get to this point. So that's how it was. I mean, so Shawnee High School they have an aviation program. At the time, I was able to go to Shawnee and Manual at the same time where I graduated. I was able to kind of do those two.
So yo, what up, folks? Jermaine Bibb, pilot, all that. Here in Louisville, we at Honey Brothers right now. I'm here with my homeboy, my dog, my brother from another mother, Mikel Jordan. And we just gonna, you feel me? We're just gonna kick it for like a minute or two and ask him a couple of questions about his journey in aviation. And he's a pilot working for UPS right now, but all that introduction stuff came up, and we're just gonna talk about it, bro. Is that cool? How you doing? You want to say anything first, Michael? Thanks for joining me, bro.
I just appreciate you considering me.
I mean, this was a very random interview.
Very random. Was not planned at all.
This wasn't planned at all. Like what was I? I just got done with a photo shoot, then talked to Camille. Camille's over here, and then her and Michael was out here at the Honey Brothers on Barstown. I might be dropping low, but it don't matter. We in Louisville, and pulled up. I was like, bro, can I pull up an interview? He's like, bro, I always got you. And he's always good. He always been saying, he always say, yeah, he always got me and all that. So I appreciate you, fam. I appreciate you, fam.
For sure.
All right. So I'm gonna ask you just a couple questions, and then we just kind of end it with that. But so bro, real talk, bro. How'd you get in aviation?
Man, so it kind of stemmed from sports, really. I know
Sports?
Suffered an injury. I broke my hip playing basketball.
Okay.
Yeah, so
Was you good at basketball though?
I was solid.
Okay.
The goal was to try to go to college. So I mean, that was gonna be the goal, but obviously that ended up not being the thing. So I remember having a conversation with my aunt about wanting to fly, having interest in it. So she ended up taking me over to Bowman Field, paid for my first discovery flight, and
Is your aunt an aviator?
she was a flight attendant. Yeah, so but that's just kind of the person she is. She's gonna if you have interest in something, she's gonna make sure to get you headed in that right direction. So her whole thing was just to make sure that test it out, see what see if I enjoyed it. So flew, fell in love with it, but I wanted to learn more about it, and then got involved with OBAP, did a couple of those camps, and then from there it was just like, all right, this is what I wanted to do. So just did all the things, did all the trainings, all those things to get to where I am now, and first year at UPS, so enjoying it, best job ever to me,
It's your dream job?
dream job.
For real? How old are you, bro?
31.
31. So you're a UPS pilot.
Well, really, I got there by 30, so I got there.
So how long you been with UPS so far?
So what, 8 months?
Okay.
Yeah.
So you pretty much joined UPS. You got your dream job by the time you was 30. You can say that.
Yeah.
That's dope, bro.
That ended up kind of being a goal.
So this is like literally, like, if you had an end goal as far as aviation and flying professionally, you would say you are where you set out to be when you first started flying.
Yeah. So the goal has always been UPS, nothing else, and happened to so I think I knew I wanted to be here 15, 16 years ago, probably a little bit longer than that. So it was just a constant grind up until this point.
Hey, bro, that's what's up, man. That's inspiring, bro.
Look, I knew what I wanted to do, and I did everything I could to just get to this point. So that's how it was. I mean,
So you had a plan it out, and just hit the goals one step at a time.
one step at a time, bro. Just lock in.
Lock in.
Didn't I kept my focus. That was really what it was. It didn't like I did anything special.
What was your pathway though? Can you tell me that, or tell us that what the pathway was from to get into UPS? Like how, like from, I know you said OBAP, you did Discovery Flight, got linked up with OBAP, which is Organization of Black Aerospace Professionals. Look into them, look at and all that. Then what happened after that? Like what was your next steps? And then how did you get all the way to UPS? Like if you don't mind, give us like a quick step by step.
Yeah. So I mean, again, it was just a matter of getting involved with just the aviation camps. I did a little bit of flying. So Shawnee High School they have an aviation program. At the time, I was able to go to Shawnee and Manual at the same time where I graduated. I was able to kind of do those two things. Yeah, it's no longer a
What?
thing. Yeah.
What?
So I think they ended it like right after my year. But yeah, I was able to do both of those at the same time. So I got a good amount of hours with the Shiny Aviation program. So did that, but I didn't complete my private pilot's license with them. So I ended up getting like I think like 50 hours or so. And then I went to go complete everything else at EKU.
After you graduated high school, you enrolled at EKU, Eastern Kentucky University, and
Yeah.
did all that.
So I did all that. Got my CFI, my double I, and then
Those are teaching. That's stuff to teach people. CF certified flight instructor. Sorry, just had to. So, we got people on here that might not know what's going
I
on.
was gonna say this is you. I'm new to this.
That's all good. I mean, this is kind of natural, bro. I didn't write down. These are questions coming off the dome, so just kind of winging it.
So yeah, did all that stuff, instructed, and then I went to GoJet, flew for them for just shy of 4 years. It's like 3 years. I think I had 3 years and like 9, 10 months or something like that, just shy of 4 years, and then got on the UPS. So I've yeah, again it was just I stayed just on one course. I didn't really care about trying to veer off or do anything else. I was just very direct, with my goals. So
Did you know you wanted to work? I mean, what you just find Go Jets? I'm talking about Go Jets. As far as Go Jets, like, was that just a job that just came available? I mean, or you're like, I'll go to Republic, I'll go to Go Jets, or I'll go to Flex Jets, I'll go anywhere that's hiring where I can build up fast time. Or did you like? I guess yeah. Did you plan on going to Go Jets, or were you willing to go anywhere?
my whole thing was just like whoever was going to hire me. So it was really they interviewed me first, and then they also offered me a job first. So I went with them, and I
It
don't
was about
regret it.
opportunity.
Yeah, it was about opportunity. I didn't really care how I got there or what company. I didn't really care about the airplane per se or anything like that. My whole thing was like, I know I need to get to UPS. So like whatever I need to do to get there is what I'm gonna do. So again, they called first, they hired me, and I went with them. And thankfully, they I was able to get through as quickly as I was able to. So it's really just a lot of it is just about timing. Like my timing was just, it went well enough being with them, and I was able to again fly a lot, and then got me the hours, and then again timing. I got the hours. UPS started hiring. I applied and did well enough to be able to get the job. So
Yeah, because that's not really. I mean, is that really? I mean, how long do people normally work at a flying for Go Jets or Republic or United and all that before they actually get hired on or apply for UPS? I guess, well, like you said, timing. Because if they're hiring and if they want to go, you gotta want to go. Then of course, like you said, using OBAP. So with the people that we know, Captain Robinson and Captain Seawright and all those good folks, Larry Captain Parker and all that stuff, and we got a lot of resources that kind of
resources, man.
and get qualified. You gotta get qualified, right?
Yeah, you qualified. I had to be a captain, right? I had to get the 1,000 hours. That's a mandatory requirement by them, which I knew from jump. So it was never a thing where I was going to ever try to circumvent that or anything like that. I flew as much as I could to upgrade as quickly as I could. Um, and yeah, I just again timing. I just kept my nose clean, just did what I needed to do. That's really what it is.
Grinding it out, bro.
Grind it up.
Hey, you my dog. That's inspiring. You ain't got your thing no more. I was gonna cheers you.
No, I'm done, bro.
Can we use your empty cup, please? Thank you. Act like something's in there. Okay. Salute. Good job, bro. Hey, congratulations, bro. I'm gonna drink. I'm gonna sip some. You ain't gotta sip nothing 'cause it's empty. That's empty. We just did that for the show. You ain't gotta drink. It's probably cold though. Damn, it's still hot. Ugh. Yeah, it's all good. It's not that hot. But yeah, so I mean, what we 3 minutes in? Oh damn, it's 10 minutes in. It's been a long one. It's not that hot though. Okay, cool, man. Bro, I didn't know you kind of. It was kind of like a co-op from with Manuel and Shawnee, huh? Damn, that's so dope. I guess so. That's one of the things. So I went to Mel, go Bulldogs. So that's one of the things that that's one of the things that I was like, man, I wish I didn't know about this in high school because I'm a pilot. I got like 900 hours right now and everything. So I didn't know about aviation in high school. Like, my aunt was well. I didn't have anybody in aviation that kind of introduced me, and that kind of helps a lot. And that's why it's so important to kind of give back because you kind of spreading the word in your community about opportunities out there in aviation and programs like OBAP and camps and all that stuff people can take advantage of. But I wish because what did you 2000 you class 2012 11
13
13.
for manual, yeah.
So yeah, so I mean if I would have known about that, and I would have been able to co-op at Mail and kind of do stuff at Shawnee, because that's what everybody say in the city. It's like, yes, Shawnee has an aviation program. When they think about that, then now they might say something like Atherton and all that,
Yeah,
the
yeah, some
engineering.
of
but
those schools. Yeah,
but that would have been dope if it was able to, like, if the word was really out there. And I'm not saying they wasn't doing a good job of spreading the word, because apparently they was in these schools, like, kind of tell. But it's like timing, if it's
yeah.
who
But
you
it's
run
also
into.
it's one of those things too where I knew so early, right? So me trying to seek out the information, like I was trying
Yeah,
to seek it out immediately. I know
yeah.
other people, figure it out later, in life. I just knew I wanted to do it from jump. So my
After the
thing was
discovery flight.
after the discovery flight, and I even before then I had interest, but it was like that was the discovery flight that like put me on the path. So
Did you travel a lot when you was younger?
I
So
mean,
how'd you get? Like, I'm just saying, how'd you gain interest outside of? I guess, was it your aunt, since she traveled a lot, or?
no, well, she became a flight attendant right around the time I started flying. That was something that she always wanted to do. My interest kind of lied in, again, I had interest in it, but I played basketball, so I'm just like, all right, well, basketball is going to be the main thing. But it was up
Because
until
you was good at basketball?
I was solid. I was solid. I'm just gonna leave it at that, right? Like I was solid. I ain't gonna try to. A lot of people try to like hype themselves up. I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna do that. But I was solid. So again, the goal
Sorry
was
to veer off though.
no, that's hey man. So the goal is to try to get a scholarship, right? But whenever I had the injury, kind of became one of those things where it's evident that I'm not gonna go. I can't hoop anymore. So um, again, my direction was just a lot more, aligned with flying at this point. So I had an interest in it. Again, growing up in Louisville, you see a lot of UPS airplanes. It's one of those things where I would see it all the time. I just didn't know anything about it, but it was the discovery flight that again put the battery pack in me,
Absolutely.
and then from there it was just seeking out the information. Thanks to my aunt, again, she's the goat. Auntie is my bestie. She's the goat for me being in this position. But she found out about OBAP and then got me into the camp. And then of course OBAP just exposes you to a lot more. So it was just those couple of things that directed my path really. So that's what it really came down to. I had interest in it, but then I knew that I wanted to do it at that point once I had the discovery flight and got involved with OBAP.
That's dope, man. And like you said, kudos to your aunt for, like, kind of opening that door for you, and
Dope.
exposing that. My story's kind of similar. My aunt, but mine was just traveling. They kind of opened the doors. I started traveling a lot, and when you walk past the cockpit and all that stuff. And I said this, I made a couple of videos on that, but just seeing the plane up in person and seeing the cockpit, it's like, damn, this is pretty dope. So how can I do this? And I ended up talking to a UPS pilot while I was working at UPS, while I was going to U of L or JCTC and all that stuff. So, but no, that's dope, man. I'm glad that happened, and I'm glad we crossed paths,
Of
bro.
course.
And
Of course.
you have a very good story, man. And it's not the typical one of your parents was involved with it and they paid your way through. You kind of grinded your way all the way up
It was
and
nothing but a
everything.
grind.
Yeah,
Nothing but a grind, but it
yeah,
was all
man.
worth it. Again, at the end of the day, doing what you want to do because you want to do it is the best feeling ever, right? Like, I'm not doing it for anybody else. Like, I love my job, right? And what it provides for me and what it allows me to do, and I think that I wish more people did what they wanted to do because they wanted to do it and not let it necessarily be money driven or the way it looks, right? If you want to do something, do it because you want to do it. Don't do it because anybody else is doing it, or it may sound good, but you don't really have the interest in it, right? Like, do it because you want to do it. Because at the end of the day, your happiness is what matters, right? So
Absolutely.
that's just really my thing. I knew that I wanted to be happy doing the job that I wanted to do forever, and it also provides other things for me. So
Absolutely. Would you change anything about the process that you did, like the process you went through? I mean,
I
uh,
mean,
just getting to where you're at now. Like, would you have wish you did something a little different, or I mean, I don't know. Would you change anything?
I guess I think everyone would change a lot of things that they would have done to get to wherever they are. Um, it's hard for me to say that because I'm here. I'm where I want to be. But there are things that I guess I wish I had. A rich family, right? I wouldn't have had to worry about the financial piece. Things like that. But overall, like no. I mean, I think the journey and how tough it was makes me humble about the situation, and it allows me to not get too big headed about what I'm doing, and allows me to realize how blessed I am, and I also realize how precious it is because of how difficult it was. And if it were easy, everybody would be doing it, kind of thing. So in that sense, like no, not really. Again, just the financial piece. I think everybody wishes they had the money to be able to just front and get things done. But outside of that, no. I mean, again, the journey was what made this opportunity and where I am now worth it.
Absolutely. Yeah. So you hear that? If you got your parents paying for your thing, be appreciative. If you are flying and your parents is pilots as well, and they're able to afford that, be grateful. Um, and and it's not a bad thing either. I mean, that's what we all strive out to be. We all want to be those parents one day that we can pay for our kids' flight school and all that stuff. So,
Or what else?
yeah.
Whatever they want to
Oh yeah,
do,
right.
right?
If they whatever they want to do, and if we're able financially stable to support that, but that's definitely something to brag about. Well, humbly, well, as a parent to brag about, like I'm getting my kid through engineering school or veterinary school or doctor school, law school, whatever. But if that's happening to you, be grateful. Don't be no prick about it. Treat people right every day. Cause there are a lot of little douchebags out here that be, it's shit. That be acting like they on top of the world just because they got daddy or mommy money. But don't be nice. Don't be mean. Always be nice. Treat people with kindness, and they go a long way. Treat others how you want to be treated. I tell people that too. But that's a great point though, bro. You like, man, yeah. Like that you embrace the grind. It made you who you are today. Because if you did, the financial piece for sure. But
Yeah.
it definitely made shaped us, because I'm in the same boat, had to come out of, pocket or take loans out or whatever, but it shaped. All right, this is probably like take two or three, but we had to convert phones and all that. I ran out of space on my phone during the interview and all that stuff, but yeah, we were just talking about being grateful and all opportunities and all that stuff, and we was about to sign off, and Brody was saying that, what did you say? You
No
was like,
regrets.
no
No regrets in
regrets.
the job. Love my job.
And you love, oh yeah, you love your job.
Love my job. Again, I've always wanted to be here. Never wanted to be anywhere else. Again, driving to work.
Yeah, because
Driving to
you.
work.
So
Kept driving to
so
work.
UPS, since he works at UPS now in Louisville.
Yeah.
You used to when
Commute
working with
to
GoJets, you used to commute to Newark.
Newark, New Jersey. Yeah.
So when you commute to Newark, like not driving, he had to hop on a plane. Like if he had to fly on Tuesday, he had to make sure he was there. What, a Monday night or something?
I try to get up there
Same day.
day before, kind of
Yeah,
thing. Yeah.
whatever. But you have to go. He had to hop on a plane and then have to worry about, because if you're not there when you're supposed to be there, right? It's on you. If you're commuting, you got to be there when you're supposed to be there. If you choose to commute, so with him working for UPS now, and that since Louisville was a home base, like you get to live home now,
Yeah, man.
and you love it. I'm
It's
assuming.
amazing. It's amazing. Best feeling ever.
So I guess you would say that you 10 out of 10 recommend living at your home base. Then
I a million percent recommend. Again, my biggest message is don't let anybody convince you that commuting is better, right? Yes, you can commute. You can live anywhere you want to. I don't want to deny that. That's the beautiful thing about this job. But don't let anybody convince you that commuting is better than driving to work. They're lying to you. Driving to work is the best thing ever. No matter if it's a 10-minute drive. I know guys that drive 2 hours, right? Million times better than commuting ever will be. So don't let anybody ever convince you that it's any different from that because they're lying to you and they're trying to make themselves feel great about themselves. But anyway, that's a whole other.
yeah, man, yeah, that's a whole nother thing, but yeah, but you love it though, being home
I love
base.
it. Yeah.
Dope, bro. All right, man. Well, hey, bro, I appreciate you, man.
Of course.
Love you, bro.
Love
I
you too, man.
appreciate you, man, for taking the time out for this random interview and all that, man. I know it's random. We got shout out to Samantha that just said what's up to us and all that stuff, and her boyfriend and all that. So it's all good. Oh yeah, okay. Last thing, bro. So what would if somebody's trying to get like this, bro? 'Cause I aspire to be like you too. I'm building my time up and all that. But like, what advice would you have for, I mean, even for everybody, the low time pilots, the people who are not pilots yet, or just aspire to be, but what would you tell them, briefly, like, what would you, what message would you send them to,
So I think for me, the thing that I would always so first off, what I would do is I would get a mentor, right? Get someone that you can see yourself being like or mimicking or see yourself in someone, right? Because that helps along the way. They're in the position that you want to be in, and you can go and see what they're capable of right now and see yourself in that future. I would also just keep in mind it's a journey, right? It's never gonna be beautiful, right? There's gonna be challenges throughout the way. But as long as you remain focused on the goal, right, you can bob and weave and get through all this stuff, just like everyone else has. But I think the main thing is just keeping a humble spirit throughout all this stuff. Because again, as challenging as it is, when you get to that level or you get to wherever your dream job is, um, again, it provides a lot, right? But remain humble about it, because any of this stuff can be taken away. And I think that's the biggest thing is just when you achieve whatever you achieve, try to remain as humble as you can, because again, as easy as or you achieving that, it can be easily taken away.
Absolutely.
Those are a few things. I could probably think of a whole
Yeah,
other
yeah, 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 yeah.
list of things. But
Nah,
yeah,
well, nah. I mean,
mentor.
that's
Get a mentor. Get a
mentor.
mentor.
Top one. Get a mentor, and there's a lot of people out here that want to help the next person for real. And even with me not being where I aim to be, I'm
You're
still
about to be.
inspired.
You're there.
Yeah, 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 for sure. But like I'm saying, like even if since I'm not there, I still will help the next person. So I'm saying there's people out there that want to help people. Just don't be afraid to talk to them. Go walk up to them. Like that's kind of how I got in Aviation. I walked up to the guy on the captain on at the UPS ramp. So okay, thank you. Honey Bros closing at 7 in 5 minutes. So, but we wrapped up this interview anyway, bro. But I appreciate you again, man. Love, bro. Appreciate you and appreciate y'all for tapping in with us. And if you got any questions, definitely holler at us. You can comment below, like, comment, subscribe, and all that stuff. And we appreciate Michael Jordan, not the hooper. Well, I guess he is a hooper, but he dabbles. For interviewing with us and taking the time out and UPS pilot, man. So you know it's pretty cool to get in his head and see how he came up and see how humble he is, man. It's definitely contagious, and we appreciate his time, bro. So appreciate you, bro, and we're gonna see y'all later. See ya.